Hello, my kiddos. How are you? Um, I'm here at the St. Bridget Library where we usually meet every Saturday, and I'm just doing this video just in order for you guys to have some comfort. I know we're going through a lot as a community, as a society. That these times are just being very, very weird, in some type of way. And I know we're having a group for the past 2 weeks due to the situations that we encountered once again as a community. It seems that things are just getting in control a little bit, but at the same time, our hearts are just going to different places at the moment. We have situations that we're encountering right now that we're facing as a community, and this light in the back is just bothering me. That's why I just keep moving. Um, so, like I said, we're just going through a whole situation in our community, and we have examples of the church being closed, and it's something that haven't happened in the past years, and we're here to witness that. Jobs are being closed. My job just shut down for 6 weeks until they actually find a cure or a solution to this virus that we're facing. Um, schools are closed. And for you guys, this might be one of the greatest things to be at. Just not having school, not to be up, but for other people, it's just something hard because many people are losing their job. Many parents don't know what to do because a lot of bills to pay. And even though our country is doing the best to help us out, we need to reach out to the one that have the power, to the one that actually um, can help us at these times of despair and these times of confusion, of fear, which is only God. And it is so funny because for the past, for the past, I mean, this past month or these past weeks, our topics were about fear, and we learned so many things about that specific word of fear. But I think we'll go back to the meeting that we had like 3 weeks ago. That was we were talking about Isaiah. Um, I just couldn't. Um, my head was just going like, you know, very fast. My mentality, and I was like, well, we talked about this a few weeks ago, and just to remind you, I'm just gonna read the passage from that youth group that we had that talks about fear, and that I actually talk about how all of our solutions are in God. And in Isaiah 43 verse 1 it says, "Do not be afraid, I will save you. I have called you by name, you are mine. When you pass through deep waters, I will be with you. Your troubles will not overwhelm you. When you pass through fire, you will not be burned. The hard trails that come will not hurt you. For I am the Lord your God, the Holy God of Israel, who saved you. I will give up Egypt to set up free. I will give up Ethiopia and Seba. I will give up whole nations to save your life, because you are precious to me, and because I love you and give you honor. Do not be afraid, I am with you. From the distant east and the farthest west, I will bring you people home. I will tell the north to let them go, and the south to not hold them back. Let my people return from distant lands, from every part of the world. They are my own people, and I created them to bring them my glory." The word of the Lord. I think this verse couldn't be more specific on the times that we're living in right now as a society. And I just want you guys to use this time, because it hurts me. It hurts me not only to not be at work for 6 weeks, you know, it hurts me not to be with you guys in the group every Saturday. To have that contact with people. It hurts me what other countries are going through, because it's not only the US, it's not only China. In several countries around our world that are just taking precautions and are suffering from this virus, that at first we thought it was going to be only some type of easy virus and that we can actually be safe. But now, with all these curfews that we're going through, with all these precautions that we need to take, with everything, all of the businesses closing down, it means that it's something serious. And that verse is our hope of not be afraid. For us humans, it is so easy just to have the fear, because it is on our system. And it is good to have fear, but at the same time, once we have that fear, we need to have the trust that we have into our God. If we don't have the trust, then we're gonna die from fear. And that's not what we want. The Bible says, be not afraid. And be not afraid is something that God is telling us to do. Be not afraid. Even though this entire thing might seem that we're gonna lose everything, might seem that parents are going desperate, the food out of the supermarket, But you know what? Be not afraid. It is good to be prepared, but we cannot exaggerate. We cannot go over the top and stop believing in our God. My fridge right now is empty. Why? Because I didn't take the right precautions, even though I should have, Thanks be to God, my job closed down yesterday. I mean, not, for the right precautions that we need to take, but thanks be to God that my job gave me some type of food to take home, that I can put in the freezer or in my refrigerator. And I take it as a blessing, because I was not prepared for this shutdown. I just want you guys to use this time of reflection. I know that we have to spend time at home, and some of our parents have to go to work, or some of our parents are not be able to go to work. But we cannot take it as something major, more than what it is. I'm doing these videos for you guys to have some type of comfort, for some type of reflection time with yourself. And I'm using this time for you to learn something, to be more aware, of what God is trying to do in your heart, and I just want you guys to be safe. It hurts so much, you have no idea of how much it hurts not to see you guys, not to have you here on Saturdays, not to play around, not to know what is going on with you. But we have Mama Mary helping us to go through this, and we have our God to help you go through this. And it hurts. You know what it hurts the most? That our churches are closing down, not having mass, not having the communion, and it just made me realize how many times we have taken mass or the Eucharist granted. How many times we have decided not to go to mass because of our own sake of laziness. How many times we have not attended to mass because we don't want to get bored. How many times we have canceled mass because we have our own plans. How many times we have go to mass, but we haven't paid attention to what God is telling us. How many times we have go to mass and we just start getting distracted by other situations going on around our area, but we don't put our head and we don't put our heart and soul into God. And that's what hurts the most, because we've been there. We've been to church, but sometimes we don't pay attention. And now that we're living in this time that the churches are closest, may you guys, you as a teenager, use this time to be with your family. We are being sent home to be with our family, even though sometimes we don't want to. We're being sent home, not allowing us to touch our loved ones because we can get the virus. And that is hard. That is hard. But do not give up. By giving up, meaning that you can surrender yourself to God and use this time to reflect in your life, to reflect in your family. That sometimes we forget about our family. We forget about spending time with them. And now we are forced to spend time with them. We are forced to understand them. We are forced to love them. You know, sometimes we just forget and we just do our own thing. And it's all about us. It's all about me. It's all about me wanting this. It's all about selfish and self-centered. And now use this time that God is providing you to be at home, to be with your loved ones, to be with your mom, to be with your dad, to be with your siblings. You know, take care of them, talk to them, communicate with them. We have lost the habit of communication. We have lost the habit of saying to our parents, I love you, I need you. Use this time wisely. God is giving you this opportunity not only for you to learn about health stuff, you know, to learn about like how to be healthy, how to take precautions, but God is giving you this time for some reason. We are living this situation for some reason. And if we believe in God, we know that God is telling us the family is important. The family is important. I love my God and I miss my God because I have missed church. Last week, churches were closed and we don't know what's going to happen this week. But this is something that God is telling you to do, to think, to open the Bible, to go to Him, to pray for Him, to establish a communication, to build habit. Doesn't mean that you have a free time from school. I know you guys gonna be like having access to online resources to educate yourself, but at the same time, you're spending time with your loved ones. Take care of your elders, take care of your grandparents. Take care of your mom. We don't know what our parents are going through because many jobs are shutting down. We don't know how we're gonna survive. There's not a lot of food in the supermarkets. You know, your parents are taking over that and your parents are actually just swallowing everything in themselves. It's okay to go to them. It's okay to tell them, I love you, Dad. I love you, Mom. Reconnect with your family. Reconnect with your family. We need people like you, brave enough to go to them, and but at the same time to surrender yourself to God, just like the saints did. Just like the new saints. And we need new saints. We need modern saints. We need people young that believe in God, that have some type of hope, you know, that have some type of belief, that have faith. You know, and this is not like just like about preaching about how much I love God and how much I want you guys to reconnect with your family, but this is something that we need to pay attention, that we need to have the comfort, you know, that we need to trust Him, that we need to believe in Him, that have faith in Him and have hope in Him, that everything is gonna be okay. Be not afraid, says, be not afraid, my child, be not afraid, because I have everything by control. Do not have fear, because I'm going to take my people to your glory. It says on the Bible talks about it. This holy book talks about it. It says, be not afraid. 300, oops, sorry. It says 392 times in the Bible, be not afraid. You know, and many people are just panicking about it, which is all right. It comes naturally. But once we have our trust in God, once we have our hope in God, and once we Give up, because give up doesn't mean that you're just gonna throw everything. No, it means that I surrender myself to God. God, you're under control. I'm giving up my own desires for yours. I'm giving up my own precautions. I'm giving up my entire team for you, because you know what you're doing, because you know what you're going to do with me, because you know why you're doing this. Because we need that. We have lost so many people, and we have lost the empathy. We have lost the care. Now we don't care about nobody. We don't have compassion. We have no mercy. We're living in a world that is just self-centered, like I said before. We're living in a world that is all about the fake identity that we have as a society. We're becoming selfish, and that's not what God wants you to be. I miss you guys so much, and it hurts that I'm not gonna see you guys, but we need you guys over there to be praying, to be encountering God, to building a relationship with Him, and to be with your family, to understand them, to spend time with them. And we are forced to do that because God wants us to be united as a family, as a community. I was reading this passage that talks about saint, and it just come to me. It says, our world is in desperate need of saints who understand what it's like to be Christian in Mother's time. And we're talking about it now, what it's like to be Christian in this type of situation. What it's like to be a saint in this type of situation that we're living in. I want you guys to think about it, to reflect, to close your eyes, and to listen to God, to surrender yourself, and to pray that everything is gonna be okay. In the name of God, in the name of Jesus, everything is gonna be okay. If you haven't had the chance to go to church, I ask you that when they actually reopen our churches to go to Mass, go. Go. You don't know my desire to go to church, but I know that when the church opens, we all gonna be there. We live in Lent. This is Lent, literally. God was in the desert for 40 days without food and water, and a lot of temptations. And believe me, we are physically, emotionally, and psychologically living Lent. Even though if we don't practice, even though if we don't know that Lent is only about giving up something, even though we just go to Easter Sunday just for that moment to the church out of the 40 days, we are in Lent, and we are forced to live it because God wanted that way. May all your family be safe. May you be safe. Take the right precautions, but don't forget about God. Don't forget to surrender yourself to Him. Don't forget to pray to Him. Don't forget to talk to Him. And my kids, I love you very much. I miss you very much. And I miss you guys to be here, in the room that we always meet. Just be safe and be not afraid, because God have the power. Okay? Be not afraid. Have no fear. Trust in the Lord that everything is gonna be okay. I will see you guys soon. Follow the social media at St. Mary's Youth. I'm gonna be posting more stuff about how can we communicate to each other. More resources online. Maybe we can do like a live chat, something like that. Just look it up, St. Mary's, St. Mary's Youth. It's on Instagram. Text me if you need help. Text me if you want me to pray for you, any special requests, grandfather, grandmother, anything, anything that I can do for you. I'll be there for you in these tough times. Just keep it up. I will communicate with you if we're gonna meet. Hopefully we meet this Saturday. I don't know. You know, the situation is just going out of hands. I'll be with you guys in prayer. I want you guys also to pray for each other, not only for your family, but also for those people that are in need, for those people that we forget sometimes, the elder people that are in the shelters or in the homes, the people that doesn't have a shelter, you know, those people that, or those kids, the orphans, you know, that they are afraid of what's happening out there. They don't have nobody to comfort themselves. So let's keep in mind those people that sometimes we forget about. Keep yourself in prayer. Keep your heart in prayer for all of those people that are out there. Okay? We're together in prayer. Good luck. God bless you guys.